So here we have a layout of basic kits of parts you should have mechanically wise. So you should have 8 of these rails. These are 16 hole long. You count from here over, they're 16 holes long. That's how VEX says their older measurements by how many holes there are. So this is a rail. It has a flat side and this side, and then the end caps here. Okay, so 8 of those is really handy. And then you have these. You have 4 of these 25 hole long. Okay, so if you count from here over, it's 25 holes. So those are the rails you have. And then we have seed channel. Here's a 15 hole long seed channel. You can see if you look at it, it creates a C. A C like that, I guess. You should have 2 of these. And then here we have the angle. This is a 15 hole long angle. You have 2 of those. And then here we have some long or wide seed channel. So this seed channel is measured in 2 directions. It is 25 holes long. Along its length is 25 holes. But it's 5 holes wide. So if you'll see this on VEX measured across it. So it will be a 1 by 5 by 1 by 25 seed channel. You have 4 of those. And then this seed channel is 1 by 2 by 1 by 15. This is just 25 rail, a 15 rail, or I'm sorry, a 16 rail, 16 hole long rail, and a 15 hole long angle. And all of this is made of steel. And VEX has 2 different kinds of steel as of the current moment. They have steel, which is much heavier, and they also have aluminum. But aluminum is more expensive, and we don't want to cut aluminum whenever possible. If you want to prototype something, it's best to prototype with steel. Although it is heavier, it tends to be stronger, and we have plenty of it. So if you do need to cut something, you can cut it. But before you cut anything, look in the scrap bin and see if you can find anything that's smaller that you can use to prototype or to cut, rather than cutting a full-size piece of metal that could be used for something else in the future. That's the metal we have. And then we'll get into the gears. Okay, well, before we get into the gears, let's get in the claw. Okay, here's the claw. This will be the main manipulator we'll use in our test bot. Okay, so what you'll do is a motor will attach in here with a gear, and then the motor will open and close the claw like such. As you can see, they're geared together, so when one side of the claw opens, the other side opens as well. And a little fun fact, this is in here, this little rail part right here. It is a 4-bar linkage, which we'll be talking about in a future video as well. So there's the claw. And then gears, we have 4 different size gears. We have a 12-tooth gear. So if you look at the 12-tooth gear, if you look at it and you count every little pokey gear, you'll count 12 of them. There's a 12-tooth gear, and then here's a 36-tooth gear. There's 36 teeth on this gear. So every time it makes one turn, one revolution, it'll increment something by 36 gears. And here's a 60-tooth gear and a 72-tooth gear. So you should have 4 72-tooth gears. You should have 6 60-tooth gears, 4 36-tooth gears, and then 2 12-tooth gears. And then this is the majority of the stuff we'll use to explain how to build a robot and talk about gear ratios and everything. Gear ratios and gearing we'll take care of in a later video, so don't worry about that right now. We'll get to that. And then here are the wheels you'll use, or at least the wheels that will be provided in the kit. These are Omni wheels. And the Omni wheels are being very popular, and we have enough of them now so every team can use them. But we have different kinds of wheels, get into different kinds of wheels later. But what's amazing about these wheels is that they'll turn this way, like a regular wheel would, but they can also, since these little rollers on them, they can also travel this way. The little rollers will roll on the ground. So then you get 4 of those, 1 for each corner of your robot. And then that can be upgraded, whatever. So this is a basic kit of parts you'll get. If you want something more than this, then you can ask someone what else you can get and where everything is stored, etc., etc. But this is what we'll start out with, at least for this video series, and then we can move on from there and upgrade from there. So there's mechanical stuff we'll start with.